All right, let me get this one out right quick. I debated about how I was going to record this. I debated about it. But something inside of me says I gotta put this video out in some way. I'm upset at a particular, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go there. I'm just going to go there. Russell Bentley. Hold on. Russell Bentley. Good old Russell Bentley out there in Donbass. You know, he mostly just puts out those humanitarian videos he does. Well done. Well done for you, sir. I'm glad. I'm glad you're helping those folks out. But I saw that you had a bust of Lenin sitting on your desk and then a bust of Putin. And you say, I think within the first maybe 5 minutes, you say, Putin didn't forget his socialist roots. Because he was talking about how Russians can have the ability to get free college. I'm like, are we falling into the whole, the government, you know, socialism is when the government does stuff type of attitude? Like I say, it's just like, you know, it's funny to me how people like Russell Bentley will call themselves communists. And then we'll say, yeah, well, actually, Putin didn't forget his socialist roots. I'm like, that's a hot take. That is a nuclear hot take. You know, he talked about Lenin quite a bit, you know, talking about imperialism. It's like, okay, yeah, I can tell you've done some reading. Didn't mention Stalin. You know, even though when I, you know, was typing out, dude was like, you know, I have a mug of Stalin. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it makes me feel like, you know, once again, this is why I don't. This is why I preach to y'all out there. Do not get involved with any specific party or any specific person, because a lot of motherfuckers be supporting shit that's like, are you really going to call that socialism? I mean, come on, man. It's like, okay, I'm not even going to sit here and dog on Russia or dog on Putin, but it's like, I would never try to say Putin is a socialist. That feeds him like to some conservative boomer type shit, or feed into some liberal type of boomer shit, you know? Basically just feeds into boomer shit. But it's like, why would you say ignorant shit like that? Yeah, I don't get that. Because, like, if you look at the Russian Communist Party today, they're like, well, we don't we don't like the way this situation is working. We don't like that. And I know that they have their back and forth and I know, just like any other group, they have their back and forth. I don't even know all the details of it, but it's like, why would you say something like that? But even beyond that, of course, you know, Russell Bentley, you know, basically, you know, he's talking about revolution, all this in the U.S., saying that people should, you know, block the highway so that we could stop a war with Russia or try to take the capital again. And I know he said, or maybe try to take the capital. The thing is, my man, is apparently, I don't think you're that dumb, but you saw the fucking fences with the concertina wire? You saw the black dude that was killed because he was going to try to ram. Like I say, nobody talked about that shit. But, you know, you're not going to talk about the brother that tried to ram and killed a police officer and he had a knife and they killed him? You ain't going to talk about that shit at all? You ain't going to talk about the fact that thousands of people are being arrested? It makes me angry because this nigga wants to say some dumb shit. This is, it feeds back into my whole idea of I hate fucking expats. You know, I hate expats. I can't stand, like, you know, these diaspora who live in these other countries who they haven't been to, they may be second, third, or fourth generation Greek or German or whichever, and they act like they're part of, that they're, that they'd be accepted as comrades. that they'd be accepted to, back home? No, chances are you would not. It's like people like Russell Bentley. He was, he went to jail for, selling cannabis. And, of course, he's a big cannabis guy. Guess what? They're not going to have cannabis in Russia because they see it as Western influence. I remember seeing that, like I say, I remember seeing and listening to enough of that, once again, Finnish Bolshevik talk to, and he was with that, I think it was a Canadian anarchist. They were both talking to Russell Bentley. And, you saw the LARP that went on with people like him. And it's just like, I don't know. Do I think that Russell Bentley is completely bad? No, of course not. I don't think he's completely bad. And I'm trying to give a good faith here. But it's like, look, man, you don't have anything to do with the U.S. Hell, you barely have anything to do with Donbass. You're too old to be going out there, right? You're going to do what you're going to do. But it's like, look, man, you don't have anything, you don't have any sort of connection to what goes on here in the U.S. I've seen enough of what you have said. Yeah, your brother supported you before his death and supported what you were doing. Your father doesn't like you. Your sister doesn't like you. I don't know if your mom's is still alive. I have no idea. But it's like, look, why is it that you want to make it seem like, oh, yeah, well, look, man, what you need to do is keep doing your humanitarian stuff. Keep putting out those videos. And about what goes on in the U.S., I'm just going to be honest with you. It's none of your fucking business. Why don't you stick to what you're doing out there? You don't have any connection with what's going on here. So I'd suggest to you, slow your roll and keep it over there. Don't bother fucking with us. And I know that's, some very big tough talk from me, but honestly, that's how I feel. So, fuck it. I'm going to put this out. Y'all can feel as you want to about it. If I lose subscribers, okay. I'm sorry. Trying to be honest. Hopefully y'all enjoy that. See you later. Goodbye.